welcome to the Makers Pro SEO Generator tutorial. I'm here today to show you how that works and what goes behind the scenes so that you'll know. All right, so first of all, we have to log in, of course, and then on the left, right above your collection, you're going to see your SEO Generator, and we're going to click on that. And now basically you're going to give your listing a name. So if you're selling a birthday invitation, you're going to click here, birthday invitation, or right down here. If you're selling a vintage coat, just give the name as well as who's the maker and all sorts of important things that you didn't include in your title anyway. So this needs to be as descriptive as possible and yet to the point. So don't use too many words, don't use colors or styles or these things. You're going to see them along the SEO generator in different portions. Okay, so don't use those. But let's say this is a 3-year-old birthday invitation. All right, and now sometimes there can be a few names that you can use, or several ways to describe an item. You put them all here. So if it's not just a birthday invitation, maybe it's an airplane birthday invitation. You'll put them all here, separate them with a comma. That's the important part. Okay, we're going to click on continue. All right, now in the background, Makers Pro has already taken your keywords and started looking them up, okay? And now you'll see, is your listing giftable? So in the case of a birthday invitation, not many people will buy it. I mean, nobody will buy somebody a birthday invitation as a gift, okay? So some items are giftable, some items are not. You'll have to know your ideal customer to know whether your item is giftable or not. If you're not sure, I would just make it giftable. Most items are probably giftable, but really think if it's necessary or not, because that's going to change your keywords a lot. So in this case, it's not giftable, and I'm not going to put it in. And therefore, I also don't need to list my potential recipients, and I'm just going to click on continue. Now, if I had marked it as giftable, it wouldn't jump to styles, it would jump to occasions. And then just like you'd list the recipients, like gift for mom, you'd write down just mom, okay? So if it's giftable for a mom, you'd write down mom, and then you can also write synonyms like mama, mommy, all these kinds of things. Same for occasions. So if it's very relevant to Christmas or very relevant to Mother's Day, you'd write all these down, okay? It's separated by commas. You also have, as you can see, a little explanation here. Now let's list the style of your listing. So for example, in our case, maybe this, again, an airplane, childish maybe, or kids, something like that. Okay, let's just say, what it is. Maybe it's cute. Maybe it's also funny. Okay, so I have some witty quote up there. Okay, materials. In case of a listing, this is a printable, so there are really no materials. But you can write something like, if it's printable, or it can be a printable. But generally speaking, this is more for actual actual physical items. But if you have a printable, you don't actually have to put in here, but you could, like printable PDF, that kind of thing. You can put that in here. And if it's physical, then your actual materials. And then list your colors. Let's say this is blue and red and white. Okay. You can also put in here synonyms. So if you know that some people will search for a color of a pearl, or like off-white or something like that, you can put those in as well. As for the size, let's assume that this is legal size or A4. They're almost the same. So let's put them both in and continue. Now, the more keywords you have, the better, okay? And again, in the meanwhile, and I'll explain exactly how the generator works in a second, but in the meanwhile, Makers Pro is actually looking for all sorts of combination of all these keywords that you put in. Okay, now if your listing is a set, you're going to write something like set of 24. Let's say this is a set of 24 invitations. This is a made up item, so I'm just going to make it up. If it's not a set, you just don't write it down. Okay, I'm actually not going to write it down. It's probably going to change my keywords a little bit. And can it be personalized? So if you offer personalization, just tick this box, and it will also give you personalization keywords. All right. Now, when I continue, it's going to actually give me a title. All right. So 3-year-old birthday invitation, airplane printable, an airplane birthday invitation. Okay, and then we have here all sorts of keywords that it's found and actually already searched for. So what Makers Pro does, as I said, it finds all these different keywords that are a combination of all the keywords that you put in, and then it actually searches Etsy for them, sees what their statistics are, and then categorizes them properly. So it's going to choose more best traffic keywords first, and then niche keywords, and only at the end is going to take some trending keywords. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's not a problem at all. Basically, it does all the calculations for you. It's just like you spending an hour now checking each keyword and how it ranks. Okay, now the reason that the titles look like this and not comma separated, not keyword stuff, this is a bit repetitive, but again, it depends on how many keywords I put in. So the more keywords I would put in, the better title I'd get. And the reason is that the new Etsy SEO guidelines, this is what they're asking for. A sentence long, basically, title rather than a keyword stuffed one, the ones that you see with commas and a bunch of repetitive keywords. And on the tags, some of these won't make sense on their own, and that's okay. So white, funny, cute is not something anyone would actually put into the search bar, probably. But what it did, the keyword generator, the SEO generator, what it did is it looked at all these different combinations of keywords. It took the best one, but then it just removed all of the keywords that were repetitive. So this might have looked like white airplane invitation, or white, funny, cute airplane invitation, or something like this. But because we already have invitation, we already have airplane, then it would usually just remove repetitive keywords. Okay, now some of them here are repetitive, but again, that's because there were not enough keyword for the generator to work with. Okay, so this is how it works, and this is why it looks the way it does. If you prefer the old version, then you can just do collections. Okay, and you can also check out all of your titles, whether from collection or from the generator, right here. Okay, so we have here, this is the old style kind, and these are the new style titles. Okay, and you can see the difference here is really keyword stuffed, and the same keywords that are in there. And here is just a sentence. Again, there's a little bit of repetition. That's because of the kinds of keywords that I put in. So if you're not sure, you can just generate a new title, or just delete here the ones that are repetitive. All right, so enjoy the new SEO generator. If you have any questions or anything at all, just click on the help button here and open a service request. Have a good day.